Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, the Rocketeer is probably the most forgettable towers in the entirety of TDS. Despite all the buzz that this tower get, it's really just so underwhelming. It's gotten to the point where nobody uses this tower. Not even me, like me right here, not even any TDS content creator uses this tower. Now, the first problem with the Rocketeer is that at max level, it has an explosion radius of 4.5. For your comparison, Mortar at max has a very large radius of around 8 or more so. But the, the funny thing is, the paintballer somehow at max has 5 explosion radius. Yes, the radius of 5. That is like 0.5. That is more than the Rocketeer. Next up, I want to show you this post on Discord from the balancing team where they ask every single TDS player how they feel about the Rocketeer, how it should have been, what is its identity, and the majority picked that it should have been a tower that deals a lot of damage while also have an AoE hybrid. And after that, after the post, well, they did in fact buff the tower for once. They now have more damage, it has, well, better stats of all, and it also has a dead zone. But despite the video that I showed here from Corso, I watched the video, I looked into the comment, and I found one comment where that one person is not going to use that tower. And I feel like maybe he was right. And as for today, they did in fact buff the Rocketeer for a second time. This time with more damage, less reload time, and a smaller dead zone. Which is good. But they also decreased the blast radius from 5 to 4.5. Which technically is a good thing of Rocketeer to clear out fallen giants. These little enemies that clump together. It's it's easier for the Rocketeer to pick them off. But then again, you could have just used an accelerator, an engineer, because let me be clear for you. If a tower that's so powerful, like let me just pick, engineer and accelerator, if they deal so much damage, there was really no point of crowd control. And the radius of the Rocketeer is technically not helping. And if a player wants to deal with the AoE problem, if you want a crowd control, they pick Mortar. And Mortar is unironically the solid crowd control tower. It's very effective at hordes because of its insanely large radius. And because of that, that is the reason why no one uses Rocketeer. Because no one's going to use it for dealing damage because we already have DPS. No one's going to use it for crowd control because you have the Mortar right here. That it can easily deal with most annoying enemy of all, the breakers. Let's see here. That was my Rocketeer, but look at that. I want you to look at that big, big orange ball. That is the radius of it, and those one that's tiny. And look at that. Look at those mini cluster bombs. They have somehow more AoE than the Rocketeer's blast radius. Now, if I were to buff the Rocketeer, I would definitely give it more AoE and basically less damage. Because, for once, this tower should not compete with other DPS towers because it will be overshadowed by their damage. And the thing is, only thing that Rocketeer is good at is AoE. And and with a splash damage is so small, there's really just no point of bringing a Rocketeer if you have a tower that deal enough damage. Let me just show you. So these are the breakers, like a big clump of them. Now, the accelerator, for all 8 of them, a big horde like this, it can still manage to hold on its own. And if And that is just like 8 max accelerators. The breakers might in fact push far deeper. Now let's just change all of these to Rocketeers. And I'm gonna give around 20 or so. Now, surprisingly, okay, let me a sec. Alright, alright. Now, technically, if the Rocketeer are that competent, they should probably, the Horde should probably be killed off by somewhat here. So let's just do, damn, okay, that's, now as you can see here, the Rocketeer did, in fact, did a good job, but the problem is it's the Breakers number 2, and with that like fast fire rate, such as the accelerator, and if you see here, it starts to leak very fast. Wow, well, that's just amazing. And the thing is here, that's just a few tiny bits of enemy. Now, for the second suggestion that I want to give for this Rocketeer is that it should never have a placement limit. Like, placement limit of 8 really is not ideal for the Rocketeer. And yes, this sounds very crazy to you. You know, you, I mean, the first thing you'll think about this is that you might think that this might overpower the Rocketeer itself. It turns into a meta tower, such as the Gatling gun, accelerator, but really, it's not like this tower has no weaknesses at all. Just to be clear, this is a splash damage tower, and it doesn't fire like a minigun. So basically, assuming that if a very fast enemies, let's say, who's the fastest of them all? Oh, let's say the fallen hero who couldn't be stunned by anything. Like actual an actual wall and a walking wall for once. The Rocketeer is struggling because it's too fast. And it's not like there's gonna be a lot of fallen heroes, but then again, Rocketeer has a disadvantage. It's basically if the enemy's too fast, it might draw the fire, and then the smaller, weaker enemies that's supposed to be nuked, they pass by, which is one thing about Rocketeer. So basically, by the time you remove the tower limit, it really doesn't change that much. And the thing is here, it's better that way. It's a more incisive way for the players to have fun with the game. Like some dumb casual stuff, not just to play restrictively like the game says. Now, I did in fact look into the Discord and the news that there will be, in fact, was it a Rocketeer rework? I mean, technically today it's just a what is it now? Well, it's just a stat change. They're trying to buff the Rocketeer stats, but really, it's not helping the fact that the explosion rate is so tiny. God, why even bother bring a tower that does smaller AoE than the paintballer? Like, come on, man. But then again, anyways, thank you for watching this video. This is technically my first edited video, which is very low quality, but honestly, I might improve in some other aspects of the video. Anyways, I see ya.